Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
My God, it's like time flies so fast. So that means we must be having fun because I feel like I was just here on Friday doing a watch along for SmackDown, and now we're here for Monday Night Raw and another Monday night edition of WWT Live. If you guys don't know, well, you should know that I am the Queen Bee of WWT, the sweetest oos, the queen of all things honey pot predictions. Your Wrestling with Honey is in the building, and it's always good to be able to start off a week with some amazing people. And here at WWT Live, we don't like to do things alone. We don't do things alone. We're family here. We family. And of course, one of our additions to this family who's absolutely awesome, all things all-star fandom, Mr. Dion is in the house.
It's Dion from at All-Star Fandom.
Quite frankly, you need to go back to the drawing board because your game absolutely sucks.
Hey,
hey, what's up, Dion? What's up? I still can't get over the. You know what? I'm a pot stirrer. I'm sorry. I'm feeling froggy today, but
we can love them both.
We
can love them both.
I know we can love them both. But we've discussed this off live and off camera, but we could talk about this till the ends of the earth. But anyways, before we get into anything else, how are you doing today? How was your weekend?
Doing great weekend. It's Back to the Future Day, so I broke out the Back to the Future shirt, even though we're 9 years past. Yeah, do the math. But yeah. But yeah, it's Monday. It's what 6:30 here. Yeah, it's a great day.
Beautiful day too. Excellent. Thank you for joining us. And of course, I can't find her intro, so I don't know. We're gonna have to do something about this, but I'm just gonna dance because I'm just gonna have somebody dance because I love to welcome a sister with a good.
Accompanied to the ring by Dakota Kai and the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions.
And Courtney every week. That's me and Courtney every week. Until we find a video clip of her intro. I think Boss Lady has it somewhere, but she's coming back from the Bahamas. But Stone Cold Courtney Rice, the WWT PR princess and all expert of all things AEW and Miami Dolphins, is with us. Courtney, how are you, my love?
I am doing good. It's Monday. There's Monday Night Raw, doubleheader on Monday Night Football. And I will say, even though my Dolphins lost, we're getting our quarterback back, or as we call him, Oos, Tua Tagovailoa. That's what they call him, Oos, because he's Samoan, and they call him that.
Samoan,
yeah.
Shout out to Tua Tagovailoa. He's an absolute mutant. Like, woo! I know it was concerning in the beginning for him and stuff, but just keep an eye on that boy, man. That's a tough cookie right there. So shout outs. But yes, glad to have you with us as always, Courtney. And of course, you guys already know.
It's Councilman Will Ferrell of Strattonville with his Parisiac constituents.
Our councilman is here, our other esteemed elected official here at WWT. Councilman, are you all right, sir? Are you doing all right?
Hell no, I ain't doing all right. Hell no. I mean, I'm happy to be here with y'all as always. 3:00 on Monday, Wednesday, Friday is on my best days, but it's some bullshit. Y'all, I got my Chief Keef going because the story we gotta talk about this that shit I don't like. But we gonna get into it. Besides that,
Well, yes. I mean, since glad to have you here with us. But since we're on the topic, let's just rip off the Band-Aid for right now. We got some unfortunate, sad news for a lot of us. And I know I'm pretty damn sad about this situation, but the lovely and wonderful and amazing electric Samantha Irvin, who has known to be the ring announcer for Monday Night Raw for the last, I don't even know, few years actually, has unfortunately announced her departure from WWE. It's come as quite the shock, and for it to happen on a Monday, being that she is, and I'm sure I speak for a lot of other people, that she is definitely one of the things that we look forward to seeing on Monday and hearing, because she has taken announcing to a whole nother level since she's arrived. But I know I'm heartbroken. What do you guys think about this situation and Samantha Irwin? And what are some moments that you loved from her with her tenure at WWE? Dion, I'll start with you.
Yeah, this one stinks because it got to a point where we all fell in love with the ring announcer. You know, she was great at her job. She would sing before, you know, God Bless America, whichever, the national anthem, whichever. But I think when my moment was maybe like last year at a Raw, there was this little girl, first Raw she'd ever been to. Her dad was with her, and when when Samantha's music hit and she came out, this little girl went ape for Samantha behind, like blew my ears out. I have big ears, and she blew just ringing in my ears the entire time. But that was that impact where I saw was like, man, like everybody loves Samantha, man. And the point where now like we know more of like, you know, her life and stuff and just a background on it. It's a sad day. I'm sure this opened up a lot more doors for her too.
Of course.
To sort of pursue more things that she's interested in. She thanked a lot of people for their help, for getting her in the business, for sort of protecting her while she was there, helping her while she was there too. And yeah, it's just another sad day to lose someone that good at their job and that impactful at their job. Her Chelsea Green, I'm gonna miss that. Like somebody better be able to do that. Her Cody Rhodes, like it's just a sad day. And saying that it's a Monday and we're not gonna hear her because she's not gonna be on tonight, right? Like,
no,
like her last day was yesterday, felt like it.
Yeah, basically. And I think that's the hardest part because we're not gonna be able to get that goodbye from her, you know. But I'm gonna pose this question to Councilman and Courtney just to stir the pot a little bit. Shortly after all of this news resurfaced about Samantha Irwin, we sort of saw some reports coming out about everybody thinking she was going over to AEW. Ricochet took to Twitter, or X, Twitter, we call it here, Twitter. Took to Twitter to pretty much respond to all of the goings on. And pretty much said she's not coming to AEW. So he's confirmed that. And he's pretty much Jon Snow at this point, while everybody else is the Battle of the Bastards from Ramses Bolton's army. And he's just waiting, which was very funny and symbolic when he put that video up. But I couldn't help but notice, guys, that Lillian Garcia has been reportedly seen in Philly, and Raw is in Philly tonight. Do we smell shenanigans, or was it? I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to really stir too many pots, but I'll just stir one up. But what do we think? What could have possibly have been the thing, or is it just them ushering in the old from the new? Like, what do you guys think? Courtney, you could start first.
I just think for Lillian, because she's been at Raw before backstage, so this is kind of like not stirring the pot. And plus, she's used to being on Raw, and everybody's well respected of Lillian. She may be there just for temporarily until they find somebody, which is going to be very, very hard for Samantha because, as Dion mentioned, I am going to miss her saying Ludwig Kaiser's announcement.
I'm going to miss her Gunther and Imperium announcement. That was probably one of my first favorite announcements from her. But continue.
I'm gonna miss that, and also, of course, Chelsea Green. Who's gonna do Chelsea Green's announcement? I know, like her? Right? That's gonna be so hard to do. And also, another moment was when Sami Zayn actually won the Intercontinental title, and she was kind of in shock. Like, she did not know what to say when she tried to announce him as the new Intercontinental Champion. It looked like her voice was cracked.
Yes, indeed. She has given us many mic moments. According to Boza, I think I saw him put a post here. It's going to pretty much be temporarily that Lillian Garcia will be joining Raw, and we'll see what happens and transpires from there. And shout outs to everybody in the chat already. Oh, happy birthday, Joe. Happy birthday, and thanks for joining us. Pat, you, of course, always a pleasure. Cindy, there's our girl. I've been wondering where you've been. And, of course, our producer from the future, DM Hunk. Pleasure to see you, Dylan. Eric Isaac, Lewis Johnson, Special Little Nobodies. Yeah, man, everybody's up in here, and I'm sure this is a pretty sad day for a lot of y'all. So I would like everybody in the chat to type in "Thank you, Samantha," and also let us know what moments you liked from her. What moments were your favorite? What announcements were your favorites? Let us know in the chat. Councilman, do you have any words on the departure of Samantha Irwin? I'm kind of sure that you do.
There's only one person to blame here for this, and it's Cody Rhodes. This is all Cody Rhodes' fault. Had you not changed the timeline,
what? Oh, get out of here, man!
So bad. Samantha would still be, Ricochet would still be here, but you want to change the timeline, you selfish son of a bitch. And now Samantha Irvin is leaving us because of you. This is what happens when you want to finish your story. You changed the story.
Oh,
I'm trying to figure out what Cody got to do with Samantha.
yeah, what does Cody have to do with this?
I understand if you're talking about, tribal chief stuff or rock stuff, but
it all stems around him. All of it. And I'm just so hurt that it's like, and don't get me wrong, this ain't no disrespect to Miss Alicia over on SmackDown.
Yeah,
she tried the Chelsea thing. It was okay.
It ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. I'm
gonna choose my words wisely. I'm not gonna knock her because she's doing a great job over there. But it ain't Ralph though. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't Ralph. So just her leave.
This is bullshit.
I don't think y'all understand. I didn't give two fucks about Ludwig Kaiser. I didn't care nothing about this man. As far as I'm concerned, he could have sharpened some pencils and fell on him. And I would have not cared. But when I heard her go, Ludwig Kaiser, I was like, I'm interested.
Off of that right there alone.
Off of that right there, because I was like, it brought mystery to him. It was like, all right, Ludwig might got some swag to him. Now he's dating my client, Tiffany Stratton. This man is phenomenal in the ring, third generation. I'm like, yo, you brought legitimacy just by saying this man's name. Chelsea Green got most screen time after you heard her say Chelsea Green the way she said. I can't say it. I'm not gonna try. But it brought this new thing to ring announcers. Like you brought this personality.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like even like to Courtney's point, and even to I believe who wrote it in there was Cindy. Like when Cody won the title, and you could hear her voice break because he finally finished his punk ass story. It was beautiful.
I thought you were gonna be so genuine, man.
I'm being so genuine. It was a beautiful moment.
Or even one of my favorite moments with her was basically when The Rock showed up and she like jumped out of her chair. It was one of the sweetest, cutest reactions ever. And you could tell like she was like, oh my God, I know I'm gonna get to meet this guy. This guy is one of my favorites. She's been watching wrestling since 1989 for most of us.
She made it. Yeah. She made it step up, even from the social side. Like they did not start doing people's reactions outside of this until her. After they started doing it with her, that's when you saw the Michael Cole reactions when things happened. That's when you started seeing the split screen of what she reacted to or what Corey Graves would react to. She brought such a newfound outlook and perspective to the people that worked there. And not saying that like the rest of these people didn't contribute, but it was like this was the one you saw because of how she was, because of what she did. She just brought this new aspect to ring announcers. Listen, the time
no.
Absolutely not.
Thanks to Cody. You know what? But I'm not gonna blame him for that. But you know what I'm blaming for? This Cody Rhodes' fault that Jonathan Majors is not Kang no more. I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh wow.
He tried to tell you about changing the timeline and you went and changed it. Now we over here and people think Sami Zayn should be world heavyweight champion. This wouldn't have happened had you not tried to finish your punk ass story.
Thank you, Samantha. Thank you.
WWT match. I saw accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusation. And
Thank you, Samantha.
Thank you, Samantha Irwin.
Thank you.
We had some wonderful moments. I feel like it's a little too short-lived, but I feel like she has a lot more to give going forward. She's still very young, still very talented. So the skills ain't going nowhere.
I might see her again someday.
Bless her. I feel like we could definitely see her again. Imagine if she's trolling us. Like, I know she said WWE departure, but she said, I'm no longer your ring announcer for Monday Night Raw. Imagine she shows up on SmackDown or NXT. I'm gonna lose it.
That would be funny. That'd
be like,
really
this
funny.
girl was trolling us.
That was my other thing too. I was like, I'm never gonna get her saved.
Said Mr. May's in the building. Oh my God.
It's fault. It's not Ricochet's fault. It's Cody's fault. So blonde men ruin everything. That's what it is. Blonde men ruin everything. And blonde men who ain't really blonde ruin everything. And now because of him, I'm never gonna get to hear the personality Samantha Irvin was gonna put towards my client Roxanne Perez. I'm now deprived of that. Even too, I don't care about it. But imagine what she was gonna do when Lola Vice went up, or Miss Parker. I'm never gonna get to hear the Wyatt Six ever again.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cody. Thank you.
No, thank you, Samantha. But we're just gonna keep it at that. Of course, obviously, you can tell we're very, very heartbroken, especially the councilman here today. And since we're on the topic of Monday Night Raw, let's just get into it for the sake of our producer from the future as well. Monday Night Raw takes place tonight in Philly, Wells Fargo Center. How ironic, we haven't seen WWE in Philly since April. And NXT TakeOver had taken place there, and now we have Monday Night Raw tonight, and we got some special things happening. We got the Yeet Master Jey Uso, the Intercontinental Champion, going against Braun Breaker one more again. They're giving us a one more again, and let's do some quick predictions. What do you guys think of Yeet Master versus the Breaker? Who's taking it home? Courtney.
I would like for Jey Uso to retain, but I feel like I just smell something. He may get screwed.
Okay, Councilman.
Man, after him winning it, man, this is kind of up in the air.
You bet.
Yeah. I think Braun gets it back because Temu Bloodline interferes, and then that puts him back into the Bloodline story. Because again, you can't have both belts at SmackDown.
I'm gonna fight all these urges, my brother.
Hey, look, I'm gonna say it like I said it when he went up for the title. I am hoping to be so wrong. I am hoping that I'm wrong.
I am never betting against the Yeet Master again.
I'm not,
but you go, Dion. Who do you think, Yeet Master or Breaker?
I'm on Will's side on this one. It just seems from a storyline perspective, and their run in last week, it just seems like it's leading to a screw job right now to get Jay. He won't lose clean, it'll be shenanigans. But we said shenanigans last time and he won. But in my mind, I'm thinking the story's set up perfectly for him to lose it. So he have some skin in the game for this whole Bloodline storyline now.
Because remember, what y'all got to remember that a lot of folks try to pass up. This man stepped to Jacob and said, "I'll knock you out. You keep looking at me
I'll
like
knock your ass."
Yeah.
Yo, listen.
You a werewolf about that?
Yes.
Yo, that man is gonna be standing over him like this.
Well, I feel like that. I feel like all of that and all the interactions that we had from Friday night and everything like that with Roman and him asking Jay for help, or Jay being at SmackDown and addressing the Temu Bloodline and everything. I feel like, and I'm gonna stick to my guns on this one, Yeet Master's gonna keep the title.
Be different from us.
Yeet Master's gonna keep the title. He's been on the chase. He's been on the chase too long. We weren't pleased with how long he had to do the chase, but he ended up acquiring the title. I do not see this man as a transitional champion. I feel like he is the wild card. throughout the whole bloodline story. From the whole
it-
bloodline story in the since the beginning, he's been the wild card. And having Jey Uso as Intercontinental Champion does wonders for this bloodline story, being that him and the Gorillas of Destiny are the only ones holding titles. This could eventually lead to Jacob and him, considering their interaction on Friday. So we could get the Yeet Master versus the Samoan Werewolf for this title, and then he'll transition it over to his family. I could see that. I don't know about Breaker though.
So here's where
Fool me once, shame on you.
And I want you to keep it that way. But here's where this also now is going to have to be a cause and effect. Which once again, I blame Cody for changing the timeline. If this happens, you have to do away with the draft. Like you can't do a draft no more. Like drafts have to be over because there's no way Jacob gonna come to Raw and now challenge him for the Intercontinental Championship if he keeps it. So that means like now have to like we're never doing drafts again.
Well, I mean, the meta 2 out of 4.
Yeah,
but the metas weren't drafted like that. Bloodline was drafted to SmackDown. It showed them open. So they're exclusively
the only person who wasn't drafted was Roman. Because he could go anywhere.
Yeah, Roman.
And then Jay was drafted to Raw. So it's like, and I guess the only other way I can see it is if they now keep using like Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce to go, well, we'll make this agreement and shake hands for us to have this interpromotional match. So I guess that's one way to go about it, and you save the draft.
We've had no discussion about the draft before, though, right? Like,
let's go to these comments before I have to beat y'all up. No, I'm kidding. Your cousin Ron, good to see you, love. Sorry, Jay, that belt is gone. Jay got to retain, says King Mike Hall. Thank you for joining us. Hassan Terrell, thank you for joining us. As says, next time you see me is going to be different, Oos, says quote by quote from Jay Uso. Special Little Nobody says, I have a feeling Jacob will be doing more than mean mugging Jay tonight. Eric says Yeet retains, but will lose to Dirty Dom. Listen, don't break my heart like that. Don't break my heart like that.
I'm telling you, yo.
That would slap too, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, remember what we talked about? That leaving in line for Rhea to win it from Dom. So
I have 2 women's intercontinental titles in history. I'm here for it. I love the
and that Latino cheat T-shirt is in my cart right now.
Latino cheat, yes. Seriously, Dylan agreeing with the councilman. Cody's gonna show up and hold this match hostage while he cuts another. You know what, Dylan? I'm done with you. Yeah, King Mike Paul says Jay gotta retain. There's enough. YT champions. Why? Oh my God, I can't. I'm just saying YT champions. I can't believe I said it like that. That was stupid. There's more creative ways to get Jay back into the bloodline.
So I have a question. Did Brian Breaker just turn heel like in a week?
He kind of threw us off. They swerved us a bit to the point where he was kind of gonna play, the
his hand, do all that stuff.
Yes.
So he said, "Like I give you your respect because you got me that day. Now I want my championship back."
But I feel like they swerved it and had to pivot due to the fact that Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman got out too. I don't know why, but I feel like something had to do with that because you needed to turn him back heel. Because they're out and about.
Well, wasn't he always heel though? Like I always saw him as
he kind of was, but I felt like he wasn't. I felt like he wasn't in NXT, especially when he was with Baron Corbin.
Do y'all remember what he did to Ricochet?
Well, he did. Yeah.
You remember what he did to Ricochet?
I think we all remember what he did to Ricochet. You know who? You know who else remembers what he did to Ricochet? Samantha. So if anything, I say Samantha come in, interfere with this match, and prevent this man from taking back the title. So there you go.
All I'm gonna say is this would have never happened if Cody didn't go change the timeline.
Boza agrees with me. It says, "Amen." He's the wild card of the bloodline storyline. I just said that to y'all. Those same exact words.
He did, yeah.
Literally the same words. And he better retain. Lewis Johnson says, "Sorry, Jay." So I'm assuming he's going for Breaker. Senate says Jay losing the title will roll into Kevin's story. Elaborate, sir. Spidey Spice cosplay says Yeet. and got a lot of interesting comments going on in regards to this match. This one is a really tough one to call, honestly. But aside from this match, we also have these two with their final showdown, finally having their highly anticipated showdown. Bronson Reed, Big Boy Bronson Reed, who's been just pretty much decimating the entire roster by doing away with the big guy Braun Strowman first, which is crazy to me. He's the new big man on campus, and the big back on campus, I should say. And we got him going against the returning Mr. Monday Night, Seth freaking Rollins. Now, this is Seth's first wrestling match since WrestleMania 40. I'm going to just say my pick first, and then you guys feel free to go ahead. Seth freaking Rollins is definitely keeping it. There's no way that you're going to have a big return for one of the biggest stars on your roster, one of the biggest workhorses on your roster, and have him lose.
I'm on the other side of that fence.
I'm on the other side of that too.
What happened? What happened when I did the intro? What happened? We were on a different page. What's going on here?
See 8 tsunamis, and this will turn Seth heel. I think it's going to be some tsunami action tonight.
Yeah, because you build Bronson up so well against Braun, and he's like this monster now. I don't think you let go and let Seth Rollins beat him, because it took a curb stomp to a steel to the stairs to beat Bronson against Braun. So I don't think you slow that down. And that interview he had with the sit down he had with Pierce, was it last week or week before? Perfect way of fixing or weaving into this.
And the only thing I'll say of how he might win is Seth may win the match. Seth's not walking out though.
I can see that. That makes
But then you're doing away with Seth 2 different times. He fucking.
But that's
my French, and I usually don't do that. But he freaking tsunami'd him like 7 times.
Yeah, protect them both a little bit.
We need Seth to be. It needs to be shown that Raw doesn't need Seth, because again, him being champion at the time, we needed him to be champion. He carried that whole show. Now we have so many dope talents there that we watch. We don't necessarily need Seth. So we need to start giving reason why we could see Seth go to SmackDown.
Okay, Courtney, what do you think? Who's winning?
I'm actually going to pick Seth, but I feel like he's going to get destroyed after the match. He's going to get destroyed. It's nice to see Seth, but I just have this feeling he really is going to get probably God knows how many tsunamis he's going to have. And I feel like they're going to have a match either at Crown Jewel or Survivor Series.
I can't believe I'm doing that. I can't believe I'm going to be doing this video twice today. Where is it? I know you're in here. I got to do this again. Hold on 1 second, y'all, because
this is bullshit.
I could also say, though, we see the match not finishing and then getting it at Crown Jewel. I could also see it not having a winner.
Because you just
or maybe this isn't even a matchup that, because Boza makes a good point here. Didn't Pierce at first wouldn't sign off on it last week, so I don't know. Maybe maybe it's just a go down or a face off.
Yeah, I don't think we get a winner. I think we may if we get a match, I don't think we get a winner.
All righty, well, there you have it with that. And then next up, we also have, now this is going to get really, really, really interesting and really ugly real quick. We have the New Day and the Final Testament. What did they call them again? Authors of Pain. Going head to head tonight in tag team action. What's happening here, guys? Courtney, who you got?
I'm actually going to go the opposite. I would actually like the Authors of Pain to win, because we have seen the drift between Xavier and Kofi. I know they're not breaking them up yet, but we have seen it teasing a bit, and I know Xavier Woods is still heartbroken from his loss against Jey Uso. So is that going to come into effect? Are they going to have miscommunication? So I'm going to go with the Final Testament on this one.
All right. I like it. Dion, who you got?
For storyline purposes, I'm still a believer that Big E is going to come back and save this whole thing. The New Day never breaks up. Stop it. So I'm saying
again, another thing that probably won't happen if Cody didn't mind his business.
See, y'all, man.
Big E will be back by now. I'm just saying. Big E will be back right now.
I'm just playing.
Let me get my point across first.
I'm just saying, man. He is the Michael J. Fox of WWE.
And it's Back to the Future Day.
It is Back to the Future Day.
It's hilarious.
Dusty Rhodes is Doc. And he ain't here to take none of the responsibility because he probably in the Great West just being like, we gonna have us to suit out, baby, at high noon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stop it. Councilman, who you got? New Day or Final Testament?
Mine. I didn't even get mine. I picked.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dion. I'm sorry. I thought you said.
I thought you said the New Day.
No, I didn't.
This is a hot mess. We need the parents back ASAP.
I was like, for storyline purposes, I got the authors of pain winning this one because, like Courtney said, that rift that's between the New Day, I think that still happens. That it still untwines. But Big E will be back in time before about a month from now, their 10-year anniversary. He'll be back in time to sort of mend the fence. You got to believe in something, man. Chris Leclerc.
I said I believe The Rock was coming back, and he came back. And what was the last one they had? Bad Blood.
Bad Blood, yeah.
Yeah, we both said that.
Yeah,
but Dion, you know what? Shout outs to you, a man with hope. That's a beautiful thing to have. You know, hopefully you can come to terms with the fact that Cody ruined everything. But moving on, we have.
I didn't get my pick.
Go. I'm all over the place. Go ahead, Councilman.
I'm also going with AOP as well, so we can finally end this feud between them two, and then we get the mystery tape from the Wyatt Six, who's chosen their next target, which is the Final Testament.
I will do you one better. I will do you one better, Councilman, because I don't think that we're going to get any kind of tape. I think they're going to appear to.
Oh, you think? Oh, the lights shut down tonight?
I think the lights are going to shut down while Final Testament thinks that they're victorious.
Some more murders.
We're going to get that showdown. I need that face.
More murders.
I need it. Wait, what happened? What I just missed?
No,
I said some more murders.
Out like this with a bullet hole, just. They killed Aldrich. They killed him.
They damn near killed Gable. Lord knows what's going to happen when they get their hands on the Final Testament. I feel like it just fits right. It's perfect. The whole swerve, I feel like they've just been trying to kind of like swerve our attention from, Cross trying to dismantle the New Day or Cross getting in the ear of the Miz. And I can't help but feel like, and Wyatt Six's cryptic messages lately, I can't help but feel that they're targeting the Final Testament, being that they mentioned someone who likes destruction all the time. At first, I thought it was Braun Strowman. No go. And Braun is no longer with us because he got injured, a groin injury, and he's recovering now. But then you thought of, the Miz doesn't really make sense. The Miz doesn't really go for that.
No.
The Miz is just that ego maniac. I'm better than you, Hollywood type person.
If it was just Howdy, maybe. If it was just Howdy, maybe Miz would make sense.
Maybe, yes. Because especially the fact that they have had history before being a part of the B team, as well as Miz getting haunted by Bray Wyatt in his own house. With Lily showing up in his kid's crib. Like there's a lot of cool reasons why it could have been those superstars, but I don't know why it didn't occur to me until a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, wait a minute, we've been looking at this all wrong. Karrion Kross is the one who's been manipulative and playing the mind games from the jump since he joined us. Quite honestly, since he joined us, and for someone who takes such pride in destroying things, it's going to backfire on him when Uncle Howdy shows. And damn it, I'm getting Uncle Howdy withdrawals. So hurry up and show it, please, because ever since going back to 2 hours, we haven't seen him at all, and it's kind of making me sad.
I'm just ready for one thing out of that whole feud: Nikki versus Scarlett.
Oh my God, me too. Yes, I would really love to see Scarlett get another
Abigail
match
versus the Witch. Oh my God, that's gonna be up.
And
I need that
promos for days. Promo for days, vignettes, sickening. Absolutely.
Man, October is almost over because that would have been so great.
Good for this.
If only WWE was holding Halloween Havoc and not NXT, that would have been absolutely sick. But here we are. And again, I'm picking Authors of Pain to win somehow, some way, and thinking that they're gonna be leaving the night on top. But
they need a victory.
The lights are gonna shut down.
They do.
Them lights are going to shut down, and we're going to see Uncle Howdy. You guys let us know what you think in the chat. And also, we have another tag team match tonight. We have two members of the LWO. We got Rey Mysterio teaming up with Dragon Lee versus the Creed brothers of American Made. Listen, anytime for my girl Zelina Vega to show up, I'm for it. And I'm not going to sit here and not root for my peoples. So, LWO. Courtney.
There you go.
Oh man, this is gonna be a fun tag team match. There's gonna be a lot of shenanigans in this match. I could see Zelina Vega kicking Ivy Nile, Chad Gable trying to get involved. It's gonna go down to the wire, but I have a feeling I gotta pick American Made for this match. I just have a feeling they're gonna get shenanigans for the LWO. So I'm picking American Made.
Okay. Dion.
Well, I can never go with the deadbeat dad. So American.
Damn.
Man, you just had to
Speaking
go
of the
there.
deadbeat dad, I feel like shenanigans are going to happen in this match with Dom and Liv and them. Yeah, that's what I feel.
Yeah, that dirtbag.
Dirty Dom with the Latino cheat. Councilman, who you got?
I don't care.
Come on. You gotta pick somebody, man.
This match,
I don't care.
First of all, why ain't the real tag team facing the other real tag team? I was like, we could start that, but you know what? I'm not gonna go into that.
Was this for a tournament though? Right?
Yes.
This is for the number one contendership for the tag titles.
So why is the tag team that's in this group not fighting for it? Walk me through that. A whole tag team that is a real tag team is sitting on the sidelines while the deadbeat dad and then the deadbeat dad's bastard son, Dragon Lee, is going to face the real tag team.
I might remind y'all that deadbeat dad is also a Hall of Famer and the biggest little man in the world. Okay, he's totally capable of. Listen, imagine
you could be a Hall of Famer, still be a deadbeat.
Rey Mysterio getting a tag team title in 2024 wasn't on my bingo card. It wasn't on our bingo card when he got it with Dom. But
I mean, we just say, hey, Rocky Johnson's also a Hall of Famer, and we know how The Rock feels about his father. So let's not say
I'm gonna fight all these urges, my brother.
Just throw that out there. Ray know what he did to his son. Ray know what he did to his son.
Exactly what he did.
All right, he know what he did. And then you got this Dragon Lee who looked just like you and stuff. But like, let's just keep it real. Dragon Lee is your son, and Dominic's son is Eddie's. All right, you keep that
dad
action.
Is Eddie, his dad.
That's how flustered I am about this, man.
Y'all are terrible. Y'all are terrible. Terrible. Anyway, what we got next, Councilman? What we got next?
So continuing with talking about the Wyatts, man, we found out today that Bo Dallas was on USA Today. Just talking about his brother, his new, coming back into the WWE and what he has to look forward to. And I think it's just, I don't know if you had a chance to catch the interview with him on there, but I just think it's always so interesting to see Bo Dallas now. Even to the fact where I don't really want to call him Bo Dallas anymore. Like, I really want to call you like Taylor Watunda. Because like every time I see him, it's just like it's just something like it's just something different. Like and again, I get because of what happened with his brother, but it's like you just feel this emotion, this warmth for him now, where it's like, he's letting you in, and it's like, yo, like I'm so with you on everything. But I don't know if y'all got a chance to catch it, but how I will say this. I ask this question to you, honey. How do you feel about, especially with the McMahon documentary coming out, and we've had so much talk about characters blurring the lines. How do you feel about someone like Bo, who has such a definitive character in Uncle Howdy, still coming out and presenting himself as Taylor in a show like USA Today?
Well, that's a good question. I think it's one of the reasons why I think we also fell in love with his brother, because he was that intimidating presence in the ring and that character and the Fiends. And, he was very dark and broody but he made you feel something. And I think that's also another beautiful thing about Bo Dallas, because the fact that they're both just alike, not only do they look alike, they sound alike in some ways, and they're both pretty much the same as far as their passion for this business and the passion for their creativity. And that's really, really important. Being able to balance that and without having to have the lines blurred. I think we know where we all stand with the Rotunda Boys. I think that we totally acknowledge, no pun intended, and appreciate what they have brought to the table now, especially with, especially with the unfortunate passing of Bray Wyatt. It then allowed Taylor to come through and carry that lantern for him going forward. And I think that's just what makes them so unique and extra special, because you've had two brothers in the business before, but you've never had two brothers to pull off creativity like this, as far as to my knowledge. Besides, Undertaker and Kane weren't really brothers, get granted, but the fact that they made you believe that they were brothers till this day. A lot of people still think that it was possible that they were brothers and they're just working us. But these two are actually real blood brothers, cut from the same cloth. And Taylor looked up to Wyndham, like his hero, and he followed suit pretty much with this Uncle Howdy persona. I think it's just a blessing, and it's all about, you can have all the talent in the world, but creativity is your own. Creativity is what comes from your soul, and it comes from you. So that makes them a lot more unique than other characters that we've seen before, because they've been able to shine through themselves as a human being, to be able to show through and give you an extension of themselves through another character. And that's not easy to pull off. So I think that's what really makes both Taylor and Wyndham, rest in peace, very, very unique, and why I feel like this Wyatt 6 could go on forever. It really can.
Appreciate it. Dion and Cordy, I'm going to ask you the same thing. Now, also in talking with USA Today, it was revealed that Bray is actually the person who selected all the members for the he said to this day, I do not know the reason why he handpicked them. He said all he said was he felt something in them, and that was the reason why he picked them. So I just want to get y'all thoughts on knowing that information, that, Bray actually handpicked these people, and that even to the point of what he said of what would happen moving forward was anything that goes on is the idea of my brothers, and then whatever moves forward after that will always stem from some point of idea that came from him. What are your thoughts on that, of being able to have someone being able to carry his legacy on and embodied in other people? Dion, we'll start with you.
I think they just became my favorite group, because just from that, man, like, that's the story. Like, when you hear the stories like that, like, he picked them. Every person in this group he hand selected. Doesn't know why, he just felt something in him. That's big, man. And the fact that, like, they bring his brother, they bring I was about to call him Bo. They bring him in to help out, or to play this role, or to finish. I know we've talked about, like, finishing stories, right? But to not to finish this one, but to carry it on and see where it ends up, right? Man, that's, I don't know. They might be my favorite group now. Now I'm going to be watching for QR codes and static all night, like honey.
It's so special, Like,
ever since have a special feeling to it.
Ever since that Bray documentary came out, and at the end they were hinting at Bo, I was like, "Oh, I'm in. Yes, please, please, please sign me up. Take all my money. Do whatever you got to do. Make this happen.
And it's
But
very
yeah,
tasteful. It's a very tasteful way that they're doing it too. It's very respectful
knowing
way
that
that they're carrying this out too. So that's big.
and knowing that Wyndham handpicked each member, I feel like even though Bo might not know the reason, I don't want to speak out of turn or anything, but I'll try not to assume anything, but I want to say it's because he was listening to a lot of the fans. A lot of the fans for years were saying Nikki Cross to do something with Bray Wyatt. A lot of people were saying Joe Gacy should be part of a new Wyatt family if Bray was to ever come back. A lot of people were saying that. Dexter Lumis was a gift, and it could have easily been a hit or miss with Dexter because he was dying out after the whole Indy Hartwell thing and then reinvented himself with the Mercy the Buzzard thing. But and Eric Rowan is self-explanatory.
They were all thrown away because even like Schism, we don't know what happened to Schism. They just broke them up. They didn't even explain.
David just became a CEO and called it a day.
Yeah, that was it. Guys just had matches. That was it. Like the whole group was done.
Yeah.
Yes. Courtney,
your thoughts?
Any more thoughts for you on Taylor Rotunda's statements?
I'm going back to the match I saw with the Wyatt Six, and it's like, how can you not like them? And there's a reason behind it with the Vision, because going back to when Bray Wyatt debuted, that's why he's called Eater of the Worlds. That's why he's called that. Even when he had his match against John Cena at WrestleMania, and I think he faced him at WrestleMania 30 in New Orleans. Yep, New Orleans. I remember that match. And I kind of knew in the back of my head, this guy's going to be champion in the future. But just seeing that, and also him picking out those people specifically, he knew something that we didn't. And just having that creativity, because you can be good in the ring, you can have charisma, but you need to have a little bit of burst of creativity on making it further down the line. Because just seeing those set of brothers, it's really incredible. And I have seen clips of the documentary of Bray, but that is on my bucket list to watch. But just seeing that, I know I have to watch it. But just seeing that, and especially they're brothers too, so having that real life relationship between them, and also carrying that, it's like I kind of want to see more of the Wyatt Six.
Yes, you heard what she said. We're having Uncle Howdy withdrawals. Please show up tonight. No more QR codes. Just show up. Lights out for the day, please. Yes, thank you. But yes, that's on Taylor Rotunda talking with USA Today. Councilman, what else we got? What else we got today?
So we also got Kevin Nash running his.
We got this picture of Kev, man.
You know what?
Come on, man.
I would have settled for the picture of him from The Punisher. Okay, I would have settled with that.
He was big sexy like that, man.
Why y'all mad about? Look, you even got CM Punk ass and shirt. I thought y'all would love this. You would love to see him still in action.
You are foul, Councilman. You are foul.
Hey, look, man.
But anyway, what's the story?
So Kevin Nash stated in the interview.
Finish the story.
I gotta finish this story. Kevin Nash in an interview had stated that he had when speaking about Triple H, and of course, all the controversy going on with Mr. McMahon behind the scenes and just him involved in the WWE. He had stated that Triple H had said that
deal.
Nope.
I'm not putting that comment up. I'm not putting that comment up.
Nope.
Like that.
I do not want to see that post pop up in 2 days. Like,
I don't want the big man to yell at us, man. I really don't, because he be on these social streets. So go ahead.
Yeah, but he stated that that Triple H, if Vince would have stayed, Triple H would have also departed. So I find this very curious as to what this could mean, because we also saw that when he did return for this first time before, getting kicked out again, Stephanie McMahon stepped down. Mm-hmm. So I want to get y'all thoughts on, outside of the controversy that was going on, and maybe you can't get out of that, what what possible reason would it be for Triple H and Stephanie to both walk away from a company that they love, they've put all of their years into, if Stephanie's father and Vince's father-in-law and also grandfather to his kids and don't want to work with you? Just what are y'all thoughts on that? Honey, we'll start with you.
I can't say that I agree with the statement. I can't say that it would be true. I felt like Triple H had a good relationship with Vince, a good business relationship with Vince. Whereas everybody else seemed to be a little intimidated by Vince, which understandably so. Triple H wasn't. Triple H didn't care, and we've obviously seen this man break through Vince McMahon's building doors for quite some time now. You know what I mean? Even marrying his daughter, becoming part of D-Generation X, that was very problematic for Vince throughout the years. But as far as the business side of it, I feel like Triple H wouldn't have left if Vince stayed, but there was definitely no way that Vince would stay, especially now that Nick Khan and Ari Emanuel took over with the TKO group and with all these accusations out. So I think regardless, Vince was not going to have an affiliation with the WWE ever since the allegations came out. So I can't say that I necessarily agree with Kevin Nash. Triple H is the game for a reason, and he's been doing such a bang up job. We've been singing his praises for the last couple of years now, because we know that there might have been a lot of Vince things that have happened, but a lot more so now than ever. We know Triple H is running the damn game, and I think he's doing a great job. So I'm not sure if that's necessarily true, Mr. Kevin Nash, but yeah.
All right, Courtney. Is there some legitimacy to what Kevin Nash is saying, or is he just blowing smoke?
I really can't, because there's a few people that will have the balls to go up against Vince. One of them is Jesse the Body Ventura, and the other one is Triple H.
Yeah.
Triple H doesn't back down from anybody. That's why he's called the Cerebral Assassin, and he's called the Game. And he also loves this business and understands it, because he's been through it all as a wrestler. He's been through it all from the business side of things. So, and especially with all these accusations, and also thinking about it, I don't think he would have got TKO if Vince would have stayed, especially with the investigations going on, because there were just so much rambling. So it's actually nice that Vince stepped away for a bit, because that can help Triple H venture on opportunities, especially on the business side of things, and especially sponsorships. That's a huge thing. The sponsors are going to be looking and saying, like, why are you keeping this man knowing he is still under investigation? So that's also another thing to think about. But Triple H, yes.
Oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry. Finish.
No. But yeah, Triple H, but sponsorships. It's like thinking from a business point. So I'm kind of happy Triple H is still doing a good job, especially not just with NXT, but also expanding everywhere, and also really seeing what the best years to come under the Paul Levesque era.
Yes, absolutely. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I had just noticed your handle there, and I am absolutely adoring it. Duchess of Timeless Tinseltown. I'm here for that. I'm so here for that. But that's the story on Kevin Nash, Triple H, and Vince McMahon. Unless anybody else had any final thought. Dion, excuse me, Dion.
I don't know. It would be tough for him to leave, but I kind of believe it. Like, and just to go over some stuff with Triple H, like, I mean, Vince came in. Then Triple H get the keys taken away from him once from creative, right? They destroyed NXT, his baby, with all the colors 2.0. Yeah,
they almost destroyed it. Almost.
Yes, exactly. Stephanie left. Like, she's only known WWF, WWE her whole life. How bad was it there for her to leave? You know what I mean? Like, and after being the face of it for so long too, doing all the Make-A-Wish stuff or the Be a Star campaign stuff, the anti-bullying. And I think Triple H's like title even changed during the time there, where people thought that was like a step down. So it would have been tough, but I kind of believe he would have. I don't know what he would have done after it or been able to do after this, but man, if it's that bad of a place to work, and Vince is that bad of a person to work for, after getting the keys for a little while and then having to give them back for him to shoot down every idea and go with whatever he wants to do, whatever makes him happy. I mean, it would have been tough, but I kind of believe it. And Triple H and Kev are friends, so no telling what those conversations would have been like.
You're right. You're absolutely right. That's
It's
an
tough,
interesting point.
tough decision, but
Yeah. Cindy says here the immediate stock prices dropped when the rumors he was forcing his way back in. Says everything about how high Vince's chances were about getting back in, which in this case he had no chance. And that's that's my corny joke of the day. And what else we got, Councilman?
So we have found out as well that NXT, if you saw the rumors, NXT will be going to Philadelphia. They are going to be the home in which Extreme Championship Wrestling, ECW, took place at the 2300 Arena on November 6th. It is official. The logo you see is official. NXT is heading to Philadelphia. It is going to be so exciting. We haven't heard any matches that are going to be there, but I think this does open up a great question of something we talked about with NXT moving over to the CW. Would they stay in Orlando or would they continue to move in different areas? And now I think something that I had mentioned in one of the previous episodes was I think it would be good for them to move at least once a month. And I think, honey, that was something that you alluded to as well. Mm-hmm. And I think that is something we're starting to see. So, Dion, I'm going to start with you. Your thoughts on NXT being in the home of ECW?
Now, this is dope, man. NXT is essentially taking all of WCW and ECW's old properties and said, like, hey, we'll run with them. We'll take Halloween Havoc. We'll take Bash at the Beach. We'll take over Philadelphia. But no, I think this is a really deep, and this is the same night AEW because of election night too, right? Is that, are they going to be going up head to head with AEW?
No, it's after the election.
After the elections, yeah. So they're off that night, yeah. So I think as a promotional tool, as a marketing tool, saying, "Hey, come watch NXT at the old ECW," like that's a big selling point, man. And you can only imagine who might show up there. You sort of you start thinking about who's on contract. Paul Heyman, obvious choice, right? That's an easy flight. RVD has a Legends deal. You could see him roll back. The Dudleys came back not too long ago. Like we could get some tables. We could get some tables, man, and some 3Ds through some tables. I'd be all for that. And it's going to be a good rub for the younger talent too, because I think they'll do really good on that rating too. But no, I'm as long as they keep bringing back old stuff like this for NXT or reinventing like the wheel for this stuff like with NXT, man, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this one because you know how that building looks, man. Like I'm anxious to see how they dress that building.
Yes. That's gonna be
interesting.
I've actually had the pleasure of being in that building during Philly weekend this past April because they had the Busted Open radio party, and it was absolutely dope to be in a building with such rich wrestling history around it, and knowing that one of our favorites, the Wise Man, Paul Heyman, the Wise Man to our tribal chief that we will always acknowledge every show, is just even better. So yeah, like you said, Deanna, imagine who the hell would show up. That would be pretty crazy. I love it.
Now I'm gonna ask this to both you and Courtney, honey. We know the vibe and the intensity the Philadelphia crowd brings when you're in the 23 arena. Like it is unlike any other place you are in Philadelphia. So I'm gonna ask y'all, what match do they need to have in order to entice and fulfill the Philly crowd in the 2300 arena? What match would we need to have with the current roster right now for it to be a memorable November 6th taping for NXT?
Definitely a street fight.
Oh yes.
Definitely a
No
street fight.
rules.
Or bring back the hardcore match. Bring back the hardcore match or introduce a hardcore title. Something like that. I don't know.
Give me a table match or put one on
okay.
fire.
Give me some TLC. Give me some barbed wire.
Bring a
Yeah.
sink. Do everything.
Bring
I
it,
want
Bring the
it.
kitchen sink. Bring the kitchen sink, y'all. Bring
I
it.
want it all.
Okay. Yeah, you yourself. Like which one? Like I said, TCW will be at the end of October. I'll have some more news announced coming soon. The TCW. Yeah, that's right, Dr. Yeah, get yourself ready.
Is Thursday available?
What you mean? Yes,
Is this Thursday available?
Yeah. Oh, you want to premiere first? That's what you want to do?
Just do it.
Listen. Everybody likes the appetizer before they get their main course.
All right, whatever, man.
You are so petty.
We already had this rivalry going.
But shout outs to NXT and the collaboration for the 2300 arena. I think that's pretty freaking awesome. I can't wait to see what they come up with for this show coming up, especially the fact that it's after the election. It's not going to be pleasant.
Yeah,
it's not going to be pleasant.
Just from a setting wise, you do the brick door walkway, like you got to do that, right? Like that's got to be the stage. That's it.
With the black and silver bricks, though.
It's just got to be that.
And so, and like a cage, like
Yeah.
like a real
fence cage right there, but they had an NXT logo kind of slanted, like.
Because I'm loving this platinum era so far. I will tell you that. So shout out to Michaels. In other news, straying away a little bit from WWE, we'll get back to it though. We have a new Legends deal at AEW. Sting, the Scorpion, the Vigilante, has signed a Legends deal with AEW. Is this something that you guys would have expected, or what do you guys think of this news, Councilman?
I mean, yeah, I didn't know AEW had Legends deals. So
me neither. Me neither. No. It's funny that you should say that.
It's very interesting that to say that you're not copying people. That's funny.
I would say that I would say he's the first retirement match and the first Legends deal.
Yeah, I mean, but I think for you creating that, I think is a great first one to have, and I think too, just it bodes back to what I say with first of all, no one cares about the underground. Let that match die, please. Let that.
Somebody said.
But I will take the street fight between them, like Honey said, at the 2300 arena. That I'll take. Let that underground crap die. That is the biggest waste of a match. I don't care what nobody says. This is not the UFC. Stop doing it. But for this Legends match, though, I'm going to say, that Legends match. But this Legends deal, I just like that.
I was about to say,
even now,
another match.
I'm just liking that now even AEW are taking the steps to take care of Legends, to take care of these people who have spent decades putting their bodies on the line, and then some of them not really having too much to show for it, like knowing some wrestlers that don't even have access to their memorabilia, or not being able to even maintain their financial stability. Like to see that these companies are now trying to take care of the folks that paved the way. I just think it's dope to see, and so I'm just glad to see AEW is doing it, and I think Sting is one of the best faces you could put to having the Legends deal start.
Miss AEW expert, PR princess. I know you have lots to say about this situation. Yeah. What do you think of the very first Legends deal being signed by Sting, and also the fun fact that he was also the first one to have a retirement match? What do you think of Sting with the Legends deal, and what do you think it will entail?
It makes me happy to see Sting, and also because for him, he's not respected not just in AEW, but everybody in professional wrestling. Everybody would tell you who is their biggest influence in wrestling. It's Sting. Sting is the guy that influenced a lot of people to this day. And just seeing him have that stability, and especially because this is an opportunity for him, because even though he's retired from in-ring, he can also help some of the future stars in the business within AEW. And I do Oh my God, Dylan. I'm not going to answer that question. But it's really nice to sing and also having that stability. And I think that's something that AEW is going to learn, and they really want to secure their Legends deal, making sure everybody is accountable and just having that financial stability. And it also ensures that they really do care about Sting and really keep it in their own. But it won't be the last time you get to see Mr. Sting.
Indeed, indeed. I have to address this. You're gonna address that comment on MMM in 30 minutes. Does that mean Monday Night Mayor? Are we getting?
I meant to say in the middle.
We get Monday Night Mayor tonight.
What?
Oh snap! Dylan says he heard it on the same streets that said he said frequent. Oh boy. Sounds like we may have to tune in, folks. But congratulations to Sting. Congratulations to Sting. Well-deserved Legends deal. Well-deserved career, Hall of Famer, and all of that good stuff. Just can't wait to see what they're going to do with this very first Legends deal that they have, being that, WWE's had quite a lot of experience with Legends deals. So let's see what fake TK could pull off with that.
Yes,
hopefully he's got a strategy for it.
Yeah.
Well, we got Councilman.
So to the champion that should have remained champion and never lost his title, Swerve Strickland had had some advice for us folks. Well, let me not say us folks. For you folks that watch AEW, he had some advice for y'all, which is to pay attention to the top prospects in AEW. And so my question is, what Mayor MF and Monday? I'm not mad at that though.
I'm not either.
No.
Mayor freaking Mondays was also good too. I'm just saying, it was right there. It was right there. But I want to get y'all thoughts on this because what does this mean when he states that with AEW? And Courtney, I will start with you because you are the expert. Who do you see as a top prospect in AEW?
I think no, because oh my goodness. These comments. It's Monday.
Monday. It's only Monday, sis.
It's only Monday. Well, I think because when Swerve talks about top prospects, I think he talks about like who's in the making. And the two that he mentioned, I didn't read the full article, but two of them are already in Ring of Honor, which is also owned by Tony. And it's nice because it gives some wrestlers who don't have much TV time an understanding on who they are. So for him to do comment on that, that's really much respectable because he cares about the future. There are a few prospects that I'm excited to see. As Bosa mentioned earlier, I get to see Queen Amanada back on Dynamite this week.
Yes.
She's another one that I would love to see, and she's been doing really good for the future. Also, there is a few people on the rise that I like to see, and especially I think and I'll talk a lot more about this in my watch along because I want to be respectful of time, especially with Moxley, because now I'm kind of understanding his storyline because he wants to push some of the younger stars that don't have a lot of fan base in AEW, trying to push them a little bit as top tier baby faces, like the ones that don't have an organic fan base, like you would see in MJF, as you would see in Darby. This guy right here, Swerve, he has a fan base. So he really wants to know, he really wants to really put out for which guys that they are. But I'm excited to see that. And also seeing some clips from Ring of Honor as well. It's starting to look very bright. These comments.
I'm loving it. I just have 2 words for my answer. No, 3. Malachi Black.
He'll be back on Wednesday. He'll be back.
I know. He's advertised for a match on Wednesday. It's a freaking miracle. Push Malachi Black now, Tony. Now. Dion, go ahead. I'm done.
Dion, your thoughts?
I mean, I know Courtney said a few people in Ring of Honor, but how confident do you, as our AEW expert, do you feel about Tony being able to push that talent to make those prospects, mean something or use them the right way? Because I'm an AEW novice, I'll admit it, but from what I've seen so far, I was like, I don't know.
It's gonna
wait. I got it. I got it right here for you.
I hope it's the winner.
I got it right here for you. I think I know. I think you know which one it is.
I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, no,
man.
Thumb me up right there. Because I mean, I don't know. He hasn't done anything where I felt like I can trust creative or trust like the trajectory of younger talent, especially when you see, like we talked about Ricky Starks last week, and he's good and ready to go. When you're like, oh, prospect, okay, what's up with him? So I don't know if I can say like I'm not feeling it. Let's say
I just want Malachi to bust through Tony Khan's office.
I got a lot left in the tank. Oh, would you look at? Oh wait! Oh,
Unfortunately, that's what I want.
That's more creative shit they be putting out.
Oh boy.
We shall see what will happen when it comes to these prospects that they say. But we're still sticking in the AEW news, and we're talking about one of Courtney's clients. We're talking about Timeless Tony Storm. Now, Timeless Tony Storm has been a little bit absent from AEW ever since losing the title to Mariah May at All Out, right?
Yes.
All out. Losing it All Out. But she
which
one was it?
No, it's All In. Sorry.
No,
it's All In.
All in. Look at you, Councilman, the growth. I love it.
I'm trying. I'm
here for it. I'm
trying. But we did. If you do watch CMLL's promotion in Mexico City, we got to see. You got to see Timeless Tony Storm returning into action. Although she did come up short in her match there. She was scheduled to be here a little bit earlier, but due to Hurricane Milton, they had to push the match back, but she went up against La Catalina in a match, and she did come up a little bit short, but they said this is not the last time you will see Tony Storm here. She had a fantastic time over at the CMLL, and she says that she will definitely be returning there, and you will get to see the full impact.
You ain't right.
Today. Y'all are funny. Special to nobody's. I'm not putting that comment up. You wrong. Wrong.
You're not right. I am going to visit Australia. That's on my list. So, for the record, my client's been traveling all over the world, and the funny part about it is she is still being talked about, even though she's not on TV anymore. So that just shows you how much Tony Storm is beloved by others. But she's doing a great job all over the world.
Yes, indeed. Shout outs to the Timeless one doing her thing. I mean, she did have a crazy lengthy run in AEW as the women's champion. So,
and very excited to return back.
I can't wait for her to come back.
Yeah, and I'm like, again, AEW novice. Her character is the greatest thing. I watched the playlist of like her promos, her matches and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, this is the character and charisma stuff we were talking about. And then I watched the matches like, why weren't her matches in black and white? Like, I would love to see like the production go up a little more with it too. Like, it reminded me of the VOD villains. I don't know if y'all remember.
Yeah.
The who?
VOD, what it was? You remember the tag team?
The VOD villains. Hell yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh my god.
They would come out and do the black and white things, right? Which was dope. But I was like, why aren't her matches in black and white? Like something visually for us. But no, I'm a big fan of Tony Storm. That's a really good act. I love it.
Yeah. And before we move into the next story, I just have to say this because I'd be so sick of hearing people talking about, well, what's she gonna do now when the character gets stale? I'm like, I don't think y'all understand what the word Timeless Tony Storm means. This girl is performing like she's in the 1920s.
Yeah.
You have over 150 years of cinema. You know how many eras of cinema there were? Do you know how many pieces that she can now go through with that? Imagine when you get 50s timeless Tony Storm.
Oh, you think she's gonna go through the
like she
literally
she can go through the whole line of
so
cinema.
she come out like timeless Tony Storm coming out like looking like the 60s hippie or the
in
70s
Technicolor.
hippie.
Yeah,
right.
in
Technicolor.
Right.
Yes.
Then the 80s
like
and
all
all
of
that.
her stuff with the old school real things where they start got the little logo that pop up, like
and
the little
80s.
strip. Like, yo, there's so much for her to do. Like, imagine her. What did it? I forgot what company does. I think it's Columbia, where they holding this, where the ladies holding it up like this at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Imagine Tony now doing that, where she's holding it, and that's her intro before she comes in, bro. Tony Monroe to like Bose's thing. Like, yo, there's so much for her to be able to do.
I like
that character's never going to get old.
My client's not going to get old. She's going to run with it, and I'm looking forward to see it. I'll be quiet, Dylan. I'm allowed to be in Australia.
She's got
it.
it.
Man, listen, if y'all think all of us ride on horses in Texas, Tony Storm is from Australia. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. Yes, Councilman. Yes.
Oh my God, yes. WandaVision in the first few episodes. Exactly.
Exactly. Matter of fact, honestly, through that whole series, like literally all of that, even to where you get up to the stuff in the to the more current stuff. All I'm saying is Tony gonna be here for a hot minute. So let's just stop going with it's gonna get old, because our OTC didn't get old, and now all of y'all throwing these ones up. So that's all I'm gonna say. But speaking of throwing these ones up,
dope poster.
Yeah, where's my tribal chief? He's there. He come? Oh,
yes, he is.
There he is.
I'm gonna try not to get PTSD about this because this is the last story of today. But apparently and allegedly,
I wish we had the allegedly video here. We don't have that one. Tight.
But allegedly, SmackDown is headed to 3 hours, January 3rd, 2025, while Monday will resume at 3 hours on Netflix. So now Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown are 3 hours beginning in 2025, which means Honey Night SmackDown is now a 3 hour watch along.
In January, y'all.
In January. I said in 2025. In 2025. Yeah. So
special little nobodies, you're killing me in these comments. That's wrong.
Sir. Look at her place of birth. Hey, look, man, you claim where you want to claim. Most people don't know the singer Sierra is from Texas. Ludacris is from Chicago.
Hey, so here though, man.
Yeah, so but just take it as you will with that. But I will ask you, honey, since you do have these watch-alongs, thoughts on SmackDown allegedly moving to 3 hours.
Man, I'm gonna need some caffeine, like Jaboza said. Yeah, I'm gonna need all the sleep, the good sleep and energy that I need to be able to carry that 3 hour show. I mean, I did do a Raw watch along once. It was for the debut of the Wyatt Sticks. So it was 3 hours. It was a long 3 hours. But 3 hours is not easy to carry. It really isn't easy to carry. It's like you might as well be doing a damn PLE. You know what I'm saying? But I'm for it, man. I don't care. Like, you know what? Extend SmackDown, extend Raw. I can't wait till they go back to extending Raw, because it's like, now that 1 hour has been taken away from us on Mondays, I'm stuck at 10 o'clock. Like, wait, why are we done? We're done? Why are we done? Like, it just flies by now. So having SmackDown become 3 hours, that's definitely going to be quite the transition and the adjustment, but not too far-fetched. And at least both my off days are Mondays and Fridays. So I'll get all the sleep I can to be ready. Trust me, your girl gonna be there for Honey Night SmackDown, and everybody we all need to be there for the debuts of these shows as well. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that will be fun.
Courtney, let me ask you this: with SmackDown moving to 3 hours and the current trajectory that it has, does it have the capability to deliver a fantastic product for 3 hours?
Two things it needs is stability and consistency, most specifically in the tag team division, because it's just like you're throwing tag teams all together. It's like, I want a storyline with your tag teams. And also, I want to see some ladies that we haven't seen in weeks. Like, I want to see Candice LeRae on SmackDown TV. Nothing against Naomi or Queen Nia or Tiffy, but I would like to see Kansas back on TV. I'd like to see some of these other tag teams get another shot. Heck, I would like to see, I know we see LA Knight on TV, but I would like for him to have a legitimate storyline with.
Yeah, bring back the U.S. title challenge.
Yeah.
Because why he keep fighting the same 3 people?
No.
He keep fighting the same 3 people. Escobar, Andrade, and Carmelo. He been fighting them for the whole year.
Showcase. Oh God, that's a good one, Bobby Valentino. You could showcase Blair Davenport because she just fell off the face of the earth. Don't know where the hell she went
after the draft, right?
Yeah. No, after they paired her with.
No, when she showed, they paired her up with Unholy Union.
Yeah, that was a few months ago.
Oh, really? Oh,
they showed her one time, and we was like, "Oh, this worked," and then that was it.
And that was gone.
Yep.
Oh, shoot.
Dion, what would you like to see more from SmackDown if it does move to 3 hours? What would you want to see more of?
So I like, and they've been doing it lately too, especially especially with Triple H being at the helm. But I like to see those stories.
Fuck your story.
See, honey, I gave you that one. I stayed open. I was open for that one. But remember, like the classic Raws, even though they were 2 hours, they start at the top of the hour, and that story we used throughout the entirety of the show. And they've been doing that a lot lately since since Triple H got the helm. I think if they can focus on like some good stories that weave throughout the night, just to keep my attention between the wrestling, that's what's going to keep me coming back. And then I obviously have the climax at the end of it. But man, I mean, 3 hours is a lot, but the roster hasn't been this stacked in a very long time. Yeah. So I think 3 hours it sounds long, but I think it might go quicker than we expect, especially if you look at the people on that poster. I mean, there's about 4 or 5 storylines there alone. With Cody and Kevin, Roman and his bloodline, Bianca and Jade, whenever that breakup might happen, or their tag team division, Tiffany with the cash in, Nia with, like, there's stuff there that we can do. So, I mean, as long as they can keep the stories, like, I'm here for the wrestling, but give me the stories too that keep me going through. Oh, that would be great too.
I like these comments. Also, nobody says they should bring back the Mae Young Classic. They could even bring back the Cruiserweight Classic, the Cruiserweight tournament. I really missed that.
They do it in NXT.
It was exclusively on SmackDown too. I loved it when the Cruiserweight division was on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
It just never worked though, for some reason. Like it just never. The Cruiserweight division just never worked.
It shouldn't have been It shouldn't have been its own TV show.
Like 205 Live. I forgot about that. Yeah,
had you not done it and kept it on SmackDown, it could have really been something. Yeah. There's only one thing that's gonna make SmackDown a great 3 hours. You have to believe. This is how you make your 3 hours mean something. You got to believe in Joe Hendry.
That's gonna.
Cindy has found the location of Blair Davenport. That's a shot at the mayor in case anybody missed that. But yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna wrap up this episode.
I was gonna say so before we go. I want to acknowledge, since we're finishing up with SmackDown, I wanted to acknowledge the Motor City Machine Guns, who had a great debut on Friday night, which was really, really amazing. We had an awesome watch along. I also had a guest with me, a VIP guest. I had my tribal chief of life. My daddy joined me because he was up in town. Little brother was getting married. Shout outs to little brother and his lovely, beautiful bride. But yeah, that was Motor City Machine Guns was something I did not know I needed. They definitely picked up the pace on Friday night. So I look forward to seeing more of them on SmackDown as well.
And Candice LeRae. Candice LeRae was killing it in that tag team.
Yes, she did. And she got away with the win.
Yes,
she got
she
the
did.
win on it.
Candice LeRae, well too. Indy Hartwell socials is hilarious.
They are, man.
I would love to see her and Chelsea go at it.
Like, oh yeah. Goodness. Yep.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And Indy's a big girl, man. Indy can stand toe to toe with like Rhea and Raquel. So I hope they build up her to that because we got Jade, we got Bianca. There's man.
Oh yeah, and yeah.
I'm sorry. Legend,
Lash Legend
is coming.
It's coming. Yo,
I see good things for that girl.
Yeah, I'm loving that they're taking the Kevin Owens route.
She basically had her Jade Cargill moment from the Rumble with Piper Niven this past week.
And shout out to Piper Niven for putting her over like that too, because like a lot of people would not sell that stuff for you, but for her to do that for someone like Lash, who's still coming up, I think that was really dope.
Yeah, absolutely. Boza says here, fake TK made a women's match for Wednesday, Queen Aminata versus Camille. I can't wait to see Queen Aminata in the ring. She's so fun to watch. If y'all haven't seen her, if you don't know who she is, you better find out and ask somebody.
She is.
I know who you can ask. I know who you can ask. You could ask the professor. The professor, Gerard Bonner, knows all things Queen Aminata. He's a big fan as well. So if y'all need some tips and pointers on who that is, go ask the professor. And shout outs to the professor and Boss Lady TK, and also a quick message from our sponsors before we head out.
This episode of Women's Wrestling Talk has been brought to you by All Caribbean Wrestling. Catch the wave. Go to allcaribbeanwrestling.com to check out all the latest pay-per-views or go on the YouTube page at All Caribbean Wrestling. Also, go and check out their socials on Instagram at All Caribbean Wrestling and on X at All Caribbean WR1.
Hey, yo, you. Yeah, you that's watching this. You sitting on the couch staring at the screen not knowing what you want to do like this is an online college. Are you tired of wearing shirts that make you look like an extra stuck in catering? Do you want to step your wrestling swag game up to the next level? Then Women's Wrestling Talk has got you covered. Like literally. Are you for life in pink or black and white? Or maybe you're the EST and people need to respect you accordingly. Want to put some pride in your stride and show off the muscle in your hustle? Then make sure you check out the WWT store. Not now, but right now. Alright? What you waiting for? Head to www.talkpodstore.com and don't make me fight you. Shit.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, go cop that merch. Shout outs to All Caribbean Wrestling. They also just came off an amazing event this weekend. Boss Lady and the professor were out there doing commentary, working, holding it down for the team. Shout outs to Miss Kayla Capri, the new All Caribbean Wrestling Women's Champion. There was also a really cool thing that I wanted to highlight. Kayla Capri and Maserati had a one-on-one for the title, and they were the first women ever to main event a pro wrestling event in the Bahamas. So shout outs to them. That is absolutely amazing. And shout out to Miss Kayla Capri. She was on with us earlier this summer, gearing up and talking to us and the crew about the goings on she's got. And now she is your All Caribbean Wrestling Women's Champion. So shout outs to All Caribbean Wrestling. And don't forget to check out www.talkpod.com, all the cool content and all the cool merch that we got there. Be part of the team, support the cause. And before we get out of here, which is, a little late, but we on time. It don't matter. It don't matter. It's fine. And before we go, we need to know how we can be found. Dion, Mr. All-Star Fandom, where can the good people find you, sir?
Yeah, over on TikTok at All-Star, TikTok and Instagram, All-Star Fandom Show. Over on YouTube as well. Gonna work that PCW out for this Thursday. We'll figure it out. I got it locked and loaded. But other than that, just over here at All-Star Fandom Show, finishing my story.
Courtney, where can the good people find you, my love?
They can always find me over in timeless Tinseltown, but they can always find me here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I will not be on WWT Live on Wednesday, but there will be a watch along for Dynamite this week. So don't miss it on that. They can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram on @CourtneyNJ11 on any of the latest adventures that I have happening.
Excellent. Councilman, my electrifying tag team digital entertainment partner, where can the good people find you?
You can find me at This Is Cody's Fault on all social media handles, Twitch and YouTube. because apparently his story is more important than the actual timeline. And Kang has told you to not mess with the timeline, but that's what Cody did, and that's why we're here. And
having a great time, man.
Having an okay time. SmackDown deserves better. I'm just saying. But yes, you can follow me there. Of course, here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on WWT Live, and on Tuesdays for Tuesday Night Pharaoh, the NXT Watch Along, and then coming
Excellent.
October 31st, TCW will be premiering on the WWT network, and even bigger. Says Mr. Dion needs
31st.
Huh?
What's the 31st?
I was like, I hope that's
Thursday. Oh, it's the Thursday.
I hate to have done all this and had the wrong date. But also, because of that, we are going to be having the first TCW Trill Premium event. TCW overtaking Sydney, Melbourne, Australia. The first.
Okay.
Trill live.
So we're doing real promos here. Okay. All right. I know from now on.
Damn. I didn't even know.
I know from now on.
Labs. I'm here for it, Councilman. That's amazing. Good shit.
Yeah. We
love to hear it. Love to see it. Tune in to TCW. It's some fun stuff. It really is some fun stuff. I gotta get myself back in there too. Figure out make our own wrestling communities, you know.
We might have to have y'all, come be the people that does the talking, the commentary for us. You know what I'm saying? Like we, hey Dion, you're more than welcome.
Oh, I'm filled with rage right now.
There's a few places you can find me, and you can find me definitely on the social streets under everything Wrestling with Honey, Wrestling with Honey TikTok, Wrestling with Honey Facebook, Wrestling with Honey Instagram. Don't do the Twitter yet. Hubby says I should get myself more out there. You know, them birds be chirping on Twitter. And also you can find me in two places. You can find me at #FYourStory, and you could definitely find me in Wyatt tonight. You can find me in Wyatt Six City tonight, and you can also find me always acknowledging my tribal.
I'm the tribal chief around here. Yeah, you see me, the tribal chief. That's right.
Indeed. What a great show. Shout outs to everybody in the chat. Cousin Ron, Bobby with the #NXT Bonafide, Pat you, Wayne, King, Mike Hall, JD Smith. Good to see you, buddy. Let's see. I don't like missing anybody. Special Little Nobodies. Eric Isaac, I saw in here. Cindy'll, of course, girl. Always love having you here. DM Hunk, Boza, Joe. We also have, I really hate missing people, guys. So I'm just going to look for them. But I think I pretty much got through most of it. Other than that, maybe the rest of the people commenting was us. So, but if I did miss you, please don't take it personal. It's all love here. And thank you guys so much for tuning in to WWT Live with Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet. Y'all have a good night. I almost forgot. I was like, wait, what is it?
I gotta be hard to remember.
Y'all have a good night. Enjoy Monday Night Raw, which will be starting in 3 minutes, and we'll see you guys on Wednesday. Ciao for now, y'all.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.